Now, look,
Yes.
the other question, Vince, the other question that jumps out is that, we're just finishing up, the Super Bowl and all of that. And we have a tendency as broadcasters to look forward to, some of the really good teams that were runner-ups this year.
Yeah.
So what I want to know is, who are the two teams that you think has a legitimate shot to be in next year's Super Bowl? AFC and the NFC.
Well, sometimes you look, who's the dark horse in the AFC? I mean, besides Kansas City. I mean, I have a hard time believing that Kansas City is not going to be up towards the top when it comes for Super Bowl next year. But I think the teams in the way, certainly Cincinnati, because I like their quarterback. I like Joe Burrow. I like their staff. I like what they've built there. They built a team that has some longevity to it, Jackie. And so they're going to have to make some changes, again, like every team does each year. But then you look at the dark horse. I think Cleveland. Cleveland is bound to step back up because I still like their quarterback. I mean, Deshaun Watson is a talented quarterback. He's come on at the end of the season, as you saw. He got better each week with the coach. I like the coaching staff. I think they have a long way to go, but I think that's the dark horse in that division. But again, you still have the Bills. But I think it's either between Cincinnati. I love to see the Chargers get up on top, Jack, but we'll have to wait and see what kind of impact that Kellen Moore can do.
He's
with
supposed to be
Justin
bringing
Herbert.
a superior running game to go along with the talented young quarterback.
Well, that's what they'll need, because when they jump up to a 27-point lead, you better be able to run the football,
run the ball.
Or else you're going to get fired.
And run it right now.
Man, come on,
run it
man.
right now.
Yeah. And the NFC. How about the NFC?
Well, for me, Vince,
who do you like?
I was just going to tell you, I'm in agreement with you on those teams. I really like Joe Burrow, but I like Patrick Mahomes a little bit better. And I like the fact that Andy Reid has a comfort zone with Matt Nagy so that they really won't fall off that much with the loss of Eric Bieniemy. I also, they've got 11, did I say 11 draft choices?
Yes.
They've got 11 draft choices in the upcoming draft, which gives them a chance to really refuel that football team. And like you say, Patrick Mahomes is there. Yeah. Now, when I look on the other side, when I look in the NFC, the team that jumps out at me, I could still be enamored with the Eagles simply because of the personnel, Vince.
Yeah,
they got an offensive line that's second to none. They put up 78 sacks, including the playoff sacks. With just rushing 4 guys, and so that says a lot. So it's going to be Nick Sirianni and the work that he does in replacing those 2 coordinators that are going to be what I'm going to be watching for with that team. But the team that I think could be a bit of a dark horse here in this situation, particularly in the NFC, is Brian Flores being added to the Minnesota Vikings as defensive coordinator. Yeah. Brian Flores, he served under Bill Belichick for a number of years. He was knighted heir apparent to him, and he was given the opportunity to explore.
Miami
and Miami gobbled him up. Miami gobbled him up because they knew that this guy understood how to take away good offense from teams who relied heavily on the offense. So Brian Flores, I think, is going to be a huge addition to the Minnesota Vikings. And when you look at all the other pieces that Kevin has put together there as a head coach, I think they're going to be a dangerous team. Vince.
So you're telling me they're not going to get by squeaking clean next year? They're going to start to blow some teams out like they should.
I think so. And they squeaked by a lot of games. They were close games, and they were character-building games.
But the question mark again is the quarterback. Can Kirk Cousins win the big game?
I think he can. I think he can.
He hasn't been able to do it, Jackie, thus far. So, I mean, there's still a question mark as to that. I know he brings a lot of talent to this team. He's got some of the best receivers in football. How about Justin Jefferson?
He may be the best. A lot of people think he might be the best receiver.
He is right now. He won the MVP Offensive Player of the Year this year, Jackie. So, I mean, he's do you see the one-handed catch he made? Remarkable.
I've never, a lot of
look, Jackie, how long we've been around in the NFL?
A long time.
Have you ever seen a catch like that?
No.
I've seen Odell Beckham bring down some one-handed catches, but nothing like that one with Justin Jefferson. And I've seen some of the greatest receivers ever play.
Right. The guy plays like he's 6'5" or 6'6". Yeah. And he's not that. What is he, 6'1" or something like that?
No, he's probably a little
just
taller,
rangy. Just rangy.
And he's a player.
And he's a competitor. He's a competitor is what he is.
Well, I do. When you look at Minnesota, but I like Dallas. I think Dallas has got a really good chance to come out and do something. I see Philadelphia being fairly strong. San Francisco, if they can solidify their quarterback position.
Well, they got Purdy. He's going to be out for 6 months with his shoulder.
Yeah, I know. Well, he did a great job filling in this year, Jackie. He's a great young talent. But you know what?
He's fragile, Vince.
Exactly.
He's a little guy,
right.
and he's fragile.
It's hard.
Let's just be honest.
You got to take hits. You look at Mahomes. He's not the biggest guy either, Jackie, but there's something about him that he'll play through pain.
He plays through pain.
And you know what? And for his team, he could have took the sideline if he wanted, Jackie.
Oh, definitely. In the
Super
Super Bowl, he could have stayed on the bench.
And that was
nobody would have blamed him.
There's no tougher team to face than the Philadelphia Eagles.
No one would have blamed him if he hadn't played another snap after he hurt his ankle.
You think he took the sideline, Jackie?
Absolutely not.
Heck no, not in the Super Bowl, not on the big stage. He comes through. And I want a quarterback that's going to come through on the biggest stage. And that's in the NFC.
Look at your smile.
NFC or AFC championship game. That's the time you got to really come shine.
And that is the reason why I like you as my quarterback.
I love
right
it, man.
there, Vince.
That's when you got to play, Jackie.
Absolutely.
You know, man, we always have some fun. You got to play.
All right, Vince.
Well, we want to thank you all for watching us here at On Point Live with Vince and Jackie. For all of us here at the Manhattan Beach Studios, please subscribe to our show, or you can email us at onpoint@manhattanbeachstudios.net. So until we meet again, stay on point.